Hey, welcome to Mooney Reads. My name is Beck, and today I'm going to be talking about bookish gifts. Now, I am with you in a different position with weird lighting because of where my window is, because I'm going to be wrapping gifts, but I thought I would talk a little bit about what I got, why I got what I got. A lot of this is either book or fandom oriented, so I thought it would be appropriate. Plus, I like giving people gifts. I'm excited about it, and I figure it might give other people some good ideas. You'll have to excuse literally everything about the aesthetic of this video because of the lighting. I'm also using my front camera instead of my back camera because it's just logistically easier. And my life is a mess. So you'll see lots of messes. Also lots of boxes. Those are my unhauled books that have been sitting there for literally months because I can't put them anywhere due to COVID. Let's get to it. So in this video, I will really mostly be talking about what I'm getting my siblings, who range from 18 to 2.5. So this should be good. And then I've got a gift for my mom. So that's what I'll be kind of wrapping and working on today and talking about. So I'm talking about stuff that I'm giving people. I'm assuming that none of them are going to watch it. One of my brothers knows that I do videos and like has my username and stuff like that, but he might regularly watch, but I really don't think that he does, and he's the only one that knows part of what his gift is anyways, so if you don't want spoilers for Christmas, David, don't watch this. So we'll start with the youngest first. The littlest one, I've actually got a golden book, Doc McStuffins. If you don't know who this is because you don't have little people, it's basically just a show about a veterinarian, or a little girl who's a veterinarian who fixes up toys. And this is what my sister is obsessed with at the current moment. Most of the, like, if you have a kid, regardless of whether or not they like to read, you can find most little kids' TV shows will have books like this, sometimes activity books. It's really pretty easy to match up their interests. But my sister loves books. Obviously she can't read because she's 2, but she likes flipping through them and stuff. And then to go with that, I got her a bunny. I wanted to get her a lamb, but I couldn't find one, so these go together. Next, I have an 8 and 13-year-old brother, and they were a little bit difficult because neither of them are really huge readers. And I only ended up getting one of them a book. The 13-year-old, I got a Fornite book. He's not a really huge reader, and he also has some, like, kind of issues reading, but has been doing a lot better, especially with stuff oriented around his games. So I thought he would like this. I also got them both slime. I think lots of kids are into this, and there are about 500,000 types. So I got that. The other one, I got the stuffed animal, which this is fandom related. This is a YouTuber who I've seen before, and I don't remember their name. Odd Ones Out. But I also got them a present to share, which is why I lumped them together. Odd Ones Out actually has a board game, and both of them love playing games, and they always have a really hard time getting people to play games with them sometimes, especially if they're messy, because we don't want to clean that up. But this is a game that they can get people together to play, and it is 2 to 6 players. So if they want to play with just the 2 of them, they can, but if other people want to join, that's also an option. So this is really good. actually don't have the gifts for either of my 16-year-old siblings here, but my 16-year-old brother. Editing Beck is here because plans actually changed for my 16-year-old brother. I thought that I was going to get him one thing, but I ended up getting him something else, and none of it was really Bookish related at all. It was a neat shirt and some quirky socks. So I won't show it, plus I've already wrapped it, so you'll just have to live with that. And then my sister, I'm super excited to get these in the mail. I did more research than actually needed to be done to figure out what exactly to get her. She really likes K-pop. She is a BTS stan, and her bias is Yoonji. I think I'm saying that right. But I got her this pin that's going to be coming in from Etsy, as well as the sticker, which I know is like lyrics to the song, and it's supposed to be connected to the person who's her bias, but it's also just a nice quote. So she's getting that. Next, we have my 18-year-old siblings, one of whom is getting this really cool-looking dice set. I honestly had to stop myself from also buying dice. I'm not currently playing a D&D game, but I wanted dice anyways. But I didn't. So then next is my other 18-year-old brother. I'm just now realizing it might be confusing that I have two sets of siblings that are similar ages. They're not twins. They're from separate sets of families because I've got step-parents and all of that. Y'all don't need a whole video explaining my family tree. I just wanted to point out that they weren't twins. I don't have randomly two twins in my family. But for the other 18-year-old, he is probably the easiest to shop for out of the big ones. Really, both of the 18-year-olds are, because I feel like knowing that one of them is super into D&D, I could have a really good time if I could afford all of the merch and stuff. Books are a little bit harder because he already has a lot because he DMs. But my other 18-year-old brother is really into manga, and I specifically asked him what he needed, so he got 6 and 7 of Bleach. If you have somebody who really likes manga, it's best to ask them outright, I think, what exactly they need, because some people are completing sets, especially if they have a lot. It would be easy to accidentally get them something that they already have, unless there's like a series that you know is similar to something that they would like and that you don't think that they've read yet. And really, even if you don't know a lot about manga, utilizing the people who are at your local bookstores is actually really great. In the past, I've had really good conversations with my coworkers who are super into manga, and in general, you know, if people are into manga or into whatever section, they're going to be really excited that you ask them. Of course, it's a little bit harder right now because of COVID and whatnot, but even if you aren't out and about, you can also take a look at like things like YouTube channels, but also blogs, because it's a lot easier to kind of scroll through in some ways, especially if you aren't wanting to spend a lot of time and watching 15-minute long videos or whatever. But he got Bleach. He also got, and this is another one where I kind of wanted to get it because it's so neat, and I almost bought a copy myself, but I need to show self-restraint. You Will Be Found, which is kind of a story of that song from Dear Evan Hansen, and kind of what came of it, kind of what it means. But it's honestly like a lot of artwork and quotes and stuff like that, and I thought it was really cool, and he is huge into theater, so I thought it was appropriate. Next, we have what I got from my mom. And my mom is another that is super easy to shop for. I could accidentally buy her lots and lots of things. I just kind of know what she likes. And honestly, I would have gotten her a few other things if I was comfortable shopping around at other stores. She's been getting into gardening and kind of like nature related stuff. Like she's also gotten more into like rocks and crystals, zodiac stuff a little bit. And I've gotten her, I think, stuff related to that in the past, probably. But for this one, I'm actually going with a book that I have not finished yet because I haven't finished a whole lot of books recently. But I got her Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, just because I think that a lot of the stuff that she's looking at with like nature and everything, this is going to really relate. I think that this kind of insight that it gives to how we relate to the land, to natural stuff, is really good. She also talks about being a mom, and I think that that's something that my mom would connect to, and she's been trying to kind of get back into reading. I don't think she really reads a lot of nonfiction, but I just felt like this was right to give to her. So those are all of the gifts that I have to talk about today. I thought that it might be fun, might give people some ideas. In the comments, tell me about a present that you were really excited to give somebody. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye. Immediately after I stopped, she crawls in my lap. You wanted attention? Pretty baby. What do you want for Christmas? Wet food? Catnip? You want another toy. You like toys. Remy doesn't really play with toys, but she does. At 3 in the morning.